So today at 10:45, in conjunction with Logan City Police Department, the Cache County Attorney's Office filed criminal charges against Alexander Whipple, to include 1 count of aggravated murder, child kidnapping, 2 counts of obstruction of justice, and desecration of a body. We're 96 hours in since Lizzie went missing. As you can find from the probable cause statement that has been issued at the Cache County Jail, there's a number of items that went into the decision to file charges, not the least of which include, again, this distant time that we're dealing with. A knife with blood. This knife was broken. It is the brand of knife that's from the home, and there's a knife missing from the family's knife block. We have evidence, a PVC pipe that has red substance and a partial palm print in the red substance matching Alex. There was a teal skirt with white lace that was hastily buried that had blood matching, and this particular piece of clothing matches the description of Lizzie's skirt. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer can, DNA positive to Alex. More personal to Alex is his wristwatch and his sweatshirt contain blood that is DNA positive to match Lizzie's blood. The palm print on the pipe in the red substance, palm print is positive for Alex's palm. So please realize that today's filing is a significant step in a process. We're still working very hard to attempt to find Lizzie. We have roughly 20 officers today combing through a mountain of garbage just on an off chance that there may be a possibility that we could find Lizzie in that mess. And it's a very difficult job, it's a very arduous task, and yet those men and women are down there doing the best that they can to make sure that we have not missed an opportunity to bring Lizzie home. Another several tips that have come in, another several, I think, substantial efforts. We felt like there was product that was on Alex's clothes consistent with mulch. We've been through every mulch pile we can find, even to the point of actually having a couple of semi-trucks heading down to Arizona that we emptied out and searched through that as well. I mean, we've gone to every length to exhaust the numerous tips that have come into our office. So as you can appreciate, our concerns and our hearts and our prayers go out to Jessica and Jessica's family and friends as they are made aware of this information. This information can't be easy for the family. Even though we haven't found Lizzie, to hear a charge of aggravated murder brings with it a notion of finality. And it's very difficult for their family, I can't imagine. So our hearts go out to them. At this point, the family is trying to deal with this information. Joe Parker is the spokesperson for Jessica and the family. And at some point, they'll issue a statement, and Joe Parker will be in touch with you folks through whatever means that she can reach out to you folks. At this time, they're not willing to speak about that. So I'll be honest with you, I want to stick to the probable cause statement as it relates to questions. I think it's well prepared. I think there's a great amount of detail, but it also is detail that is specific to the charges and the elements of crimes. So if I may, one of the things I worried about, the very nature of the name of the charge that was given out is desecration of a body. Now, one's going to ask themselves, what does that mean? So if I might just go to, it's line 38 of the probable cause statement. Let me just read this for you, because I think it's important that we just discuss what that means. It is believed that probable cause exists for one count of desecration of a human body, because Elizabeth's body has not yet been recovered, and Alex has taken substantial steps to move, remove, or conceal Elizabeth's bodies. Now that is language right out of the code, and once again, as part of a process, the county attorney is looking at what we call the elements of the crime. And the elements of the crime are being met based on our belief that he moved, removed, or concealed her body. And I just know the name of that, desecration of a body, is going to cause questions. And it's all about elements of the crime, and it's all about how the county attorney feels that those elements have been met. So once again, I'd like to stick to the script. I appreciate you guys probably don't have that in front of you. I do, but as you ask questions, I may be referring back to this document. So the charges have been filed. And where can we go from there, question-wise?
Alex Whipple said that when he's under the influence of drugs and alcohol, he tends to black out and do criminal things. Can you go into any more detail about that? Has he ever done anything in terms of harming someone while under the influence of drugs or alcohol? Do you guys know if he was under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time?
No, that is his statement, and it's his statement or his belief in his own behavior. I don't have any comment on that, really.
How can we charge somebody with aggravated murder even though there's no body?
Well, once again, if you look at the totality of all of the evidence that we have, the blood, the knife, the time and distance from where the house is, Lizzie's home, where these items of evidence were found, and it's been 5 days now. Yeah, we believe that it meets, once again, the elements of the crime.
Chief, when you mentioned yesterday that you guys may possibly be looking in some bodies of waters, there's a lot of streams in this area. Is that still an effort you guys are working on as well?
We've had a number of dive teams that have searched various bodies of water. Certainly the Logan River is a concern. It's flowing high, it's flowing fast. It would be very difficult to search in any kind of specific fashion at this point. That being said, have we done it to the best of our ability? Of course. But yeah, it's in the back of our heads without question. Thank you.
Chief, we could see that you were, obviously emotional in reading just those charges. How much longer will this search continue now that those have been filed?
Well, I don't think that the filing is a trigger mechanism for us. It's, once again, part of a process, right? So filing is part of the process. It's not necessarily what triggers us to ramp down. Now, that being said, please understand that we're going on 5 days of volunteer, amazing volunteer hours and time of many law enforcement agencies. That will, by nature, have to subside at some point. But, at our own level, we'll continue to search as best we can over time.
Chief, can you tell us about the emotional toll that this has taken on your department?
Well, you guys feel it. This is a 5-year-old girl, and she's still missing. And that's not easy for anybody, especially after the hours. And we want this. We want to find her. We want the family to have what they deserve, and that's closure and or Lizzie back in their home. That's what we want. And it is hard.